Hello and welcome to Alice's Garden Plate. I help viewers who are gardeners utilize their harvest year-round by garden planning, preserving methods, and recipes in order to eliminate the overwhelm of waste. In today's episode, I am going to be discussing how and know when to upgrade your pot size for your seedling. The garden journal is going to tell me what plants I'm taking out of my seedling trays. And then I just drew out of the upgrade pot 1 through 4 because that's the cell size I have. And then I coordinate with on the actual tray itself. Seedling tray number 1. I know from my identification due to the journal that the 3 back here are black brandywines, and this is my Cherokee carbon tomato plant. And this right here is not ready, but those are my dark opal basils. So these are the original seedling leaves. I got one set here and then a second leaf starting, true leaves, on all of the plants. That is a good stage of when you're going to take it. This is from a little bit too much exposure of light, so I will change how much the distance of the height of the light. This is my upgrade pots. See how I numbered, and I also numbered on my journal page. I like to use Happy Frog soil. It was very light and fluffy and nice and nutrient dense with bat guano. Oh, hey Sally, how's it going? Oh, you're making sure I'm doing this right, huh? So, I got my soil ready. I've got my pots that are gonna go in here. And I got some garden gloves because don't want to mess up these pretty nails. I like Vego Garden due to the fact that it is completely easy to take out the original seedling because there is a hole on the bottom. So I just take my finger, very gently push up. Now I did not water these. Look how easily this slid out. What also is nice about the seedling trays is see these slits on the sides? That makes sure that the roots have air. And when the roots have a little bit of air, they become nice and healthy. So I'm going to take out my black brandywines, which I got from Michigan Gardener. And that was last year's seeds. I still had good germination even a year later, which is awesome. So I'm going to take them out. So I already have number 1 figured out. I have a nice dishwash bin, so you can get that at any main chain store like Walmart or what have you. I have a little bit of extra soil. It makes not much of a mess, and I can use the soil that's in the bottom of the basin. So I have enough room to plant. So I just put in my pot, my seedling, and then I take some soil and I just gently fill around the plant itself. The reason you don't go big and upgrade on the pots is because when you have too much surface area and water can get logged in, and you will have more of a root problem. That's why you go one next stage up and then the next stage up. So there you go. I have them all planted. I put the one here and pay attention to the box. That way I always know that is the front. So from bottom up, I will have what I have in number matching the journal page versus the actual tray. So pro tip, I'm going to be using my Super Thrive in a pitcher that is non-BPA, has a nice thick plastic. I like that I can vent out and have the fumes from the chlorine come out, and I can use my tap water. This is going to last a lot longer than keep reusing water jugs because it's thinner and it will break down and leak. I will get a lot more uses, and I just went to Goodwill and got some pitchers, or go to the dollar store and grab some pitchers. And just keep reusing it and only use for plant food purposes, so that way you always know what is embedded into the plastic. I bought myself a dedicated spoon for any plant to use for like hydroponics, mixing of water, anything. I just went to Walmart and grabbed the cheapest one that's a non-BPA, non-toxic, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I only use it for plant purposes. That way I don't contaminate anything that I will be using for cooking. So you just have your cheap utensil. You can also go to the dollar store and get that. I go through, and this is a concentrate. This is a ½ gallon, so I don't need a lot. Then I just take my utensil here and mix it well. I just finished doing the repotting. See, I can just go through all the excess soil and still save it. Now I'm going to water, being that my basin is clear. So I have my plants ready. What I like to do is go in the center and water out. That way I'm not dislodging the plant as much. Make sure I get a good soak through. Let them drain. Go through the center. That's what's also nice about these Vego garden pods, is that it gives you the availability to do that. There's actually a center point on the pots themselves. If you enjoyed today's episode, click that like button so therefore the algorithm will work in your favor. By subscribing to the channel, you'll be notified of new content. Sally and I thank you very much for viewing.